When you give feedback to someone, do you tend to focus on mistakes in the past? Imagine if you could focus on solutions for the future instead. Listen how you can do this by moving from feedback to feed forward.
Welcome to this episode of Making Performance Matter, connecting employee performance to business results, with your host, Cindy Allen-Stuckey.
When you care about a person, you find ways to support their happiness and their success, particularly when they're motivated and moving in that direction. So what you should envision and focus on is a positive future instead of the mistakes of the past. This is what Feed Forward is. In an earlier episode, I identified 4 areas to discuss in giving Feed Forward. So today, I want to give you some phrases to say to help you move from feedback to feed forward. Now, there are 2 kinds of feed forward that you can use. The first type is appreciative feed forward. This is information about a behavior that your employee already does well, and you want them to continue to do it in the future. So when you give appreciative feed forward, begin your comments with statements something like this. I like or I admire the way you, fill in the blank, keep it up. Or you're effective when you do this. The way you do seems to work well. Please keep doing that. I value your ability to. I experience your strengths as. You're very good at doing. You really have a particular talent for. Continue to do what you've been doing. Or you're really effective when you do that. The second type of feed forward is developmental feed forward. This is information about a behavior that your employee exhibits, something that he's doing or not doing, and you feel like it distracts from his behavior. You want to tell him that, and you also want to tell him what behavior to do instead. So when you do developmental feed forward, say phrases similar to this. Have you ever considered doing? As you move ahead, you might be more successful if you. One suggestion for the future is, why don't you start to? I think that would be helpful. For the future, I would appreciate it if you would do. I've seen several people increase their effectiveness by, maybe that's an idea you might want to try from now on, or even going forward. The goal is to encourage you, the culture giver, to make a positive statement that points your employee to a preferred or suggested behavior that he should continue or begin to do. You don't focus on the past. Instead, you focus on what your employee already does that works, and you make suggestions about future actions that may be more effective in developing him. For more information on how to move from feedback to feed forward, make sure to visit our blog at makingperformancematter.com.
Thank you for watching this episode of Making Performance Matter with Cindy Allen-Stuckey. For more great information, visit Cindy's website at makingperformancematter.com. Also browse the other shows found right here at Indie Biz TV Shows.